All right, guys, here we're going to talk about Season 4, Episode 1 of The Twilight Zone. So we are free from our Netflix shackles, and now we are here to watch the DVD, as Season 4 is longer and not available streaming.
Yeah, not available on Netflix. Every episode is an hour instead of a half an hour.
Yeah.
It's usually not aired in, like, the marathons, apparently. It was a whole different thing or whatever. Not sure why it isn't exactly on Netflix. I couldn't find a clear,
I believe it is owned by somebody else.
Yeah, but I couldn't find, like, here's who owns it and here's the exact details. Everyone just kept saying, I don't know.
Yeah.
Some weird thing. Because it makes sense for broadcast television. We don't have the right time slots to mix these in for years in, like, syndication or whatever.
Yes.
But Netflix should just be able to, like,
you would think.
I don't know what's going on.
And they have so much money.
I don't know.
Maybe people just don't give a
weird.
shit because these are not the ones they know and love. And
really?
Whatever.
Well, I guess just because they haven't aired as much.
Yeah, exactly.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
I'm not sure that I've seen many of these at all. Maybe none of them.
I vaguely remembered this one, and they may be manufactured memories, though. I don't know. Because I was like, oh, what's this?
Yeah, so this episode is interesting.
You hated it.
I didn't hate it, but I for sure did not know where it was going for a while.
I love that, though. That's a new thing. The Twilight Zone doesn't always do that.
We got super late into the episode when I was like, why did he murder that lady?
Yeah.
And it almost was just like, explained with like, I have murderous tendencies.
He's crazy.
And I suppress them with my ability to be human, but you're a robot, so you just kill people without cause.
You see, you don't have a soul. God didn't give you the ability to do something weird. I thought there was going to be like a God thing, because she was like, you got to do Jesus now, and then he looks at the pamphlet and starts freaking out again. I was like, please don't be about God. And it kind of was not about God.
There's a thing when it first starts, there's like a travel poster or something in the back of the subway, and there's like a picture of the devil on it. And I noticed that first, and then she starts talking about the devil, and I was like, oh, okay. So like the devil is going to be a theme in this one.
Yeah.
And the name of the episode, which may or may not have come up in the beginning, was like
in my own image or something, or
in his image, I think, or something like that. And I'm like, okay, so it even sounds biblical.
Yeah.
Nope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I kind of like this episode, but it's mostly just the shock of it being, it's like 52 minutes. It isn't even just double. It's like a little movie. And like immediately the camera's moving around. There's like higher production value, I think. Did I make that up? How do you feel about this?
Maybe. Well, I think it's just that there's a lot more opportunities to show anything, being that it's so long. I happened to have to pee at like the 22-minute mark, like almost exactly.
Yes.
And I was like, huh. It would have been over right now.
I know. I think 20-something minutes in, I took note that like that's when they go to the cemetery. Like we are still in the, what the devil is going on? Like we're still in that phase. We haven't even moved on to like, I'm going to go here and investigate. Like it's so much better to have a weird thing happening longer. But
I have mixed feelings. We'll see how it goes in the future. But for me, in many episodes of the other seasons, I was like, if they had more time to flesh this out, this really could have been something. Yeah. And this one, I was like, I think it could have been snappier if it was shorter.
Yeah.
Because like when you're doing the whole these memories are wrong. This has changed. Time has passed. Like you didn't need 6 examples of that happening.
Yes,
like, I think after like 1 or 2, you would have been like, I get it.
I could see
us
though
in some way.
I could see us though saying like, oh well, the one person didn't recognize him, so he jumps to the conclusion that all of his memories are fake, right? I really liked him.
Even just that building. I don't remember that building. Did they build a building in 4 days? And like, there's never been a blah blah here, which that doesn't make sense because there was one there because that's not a manufactured memory. When he went into the hotel and he's like, oh, I'll get you a cup of coffee at the cafe inside the hotel. And the guy working there, who he didn't remember because it's been 20 years, obviously that guy wasn't there when he was there.
Yeah, new guy's there.
There's never been a cafe here. It wasn't like it closed in 1980.
The doctor says my memories may have been inaccurate and stuff. It's really cool. I liked when they went to the place where he's supposed to work. Yeah. And he's like, look at it. It's fucking beautiful, right? It's fucking like huge empty field and all that stuff. Yeah, like a chain
Well, I was like,
and I'm like, damn.
At first I'm like, oh, they filmed it poorly. I just can't see what he's talking about.
You're like, that's
because they've done things like that before where I'm like, you're trying to show something there.
Yeah.
What?
You're like, that's a tree, dog. You're crazy.
Yeah, how far away are you? Is the twist that there's a fence now and you can't even get close to it, or it's just not even there?
I see.
Yeah.
The overall plot though is, dude, he's kind of taken his like not fiance even yet, just girlfriend, right, back to like his where he's from, and everything's not as he thinks it is. The people, he goes to his house, they're like, get the fuck out of here, dude, you don't live here, and all this crazy that's like crazy, and they keep like no one remembers, everything's different, everything's whatever.
And there's a weird noise like he's being abducted in the very beginning or something. So my thought was, okay, he's on a 4-day vacation, so he's already outside. Like the first time we're seeing him, he's in the train station or whatever, already on his vacation. So my thought is he gets abducted, he gets dropped right back to the same place, and that's why that woman surprised him, because he kind of just got teleported into this thing 20 years later, and that was my thought until things start obviously painting the picture of what's really going down.
There's some missing time though, so like the girlfriend says like it's been 45 minutes. He's like, don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's really not.
So you're like, okay. Well, he had like I think he blacks out when he has his robo fits.
I guess
because he doesn't remember the murder, I think, until later, right? So it's this
I don't know if he ever remembers it actually.
Yeah. So
but like that's not something that seemed like it took a lot of time. Like he just grabbed her and threw her into the bus.
Yeah.
So I wonder what he did with the rest of that time.
Just roamed around and something.
Well, yeah,
like
because
that.
if he didn't get on, because if
probably walked instead of
he
taking
could have been delayed, quite
a
a bit by not taking that train. Because who knows when the next train was coming? I don't think trains.
He was outside, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm walking to the train station, I guess," and then goes.
Maybe.
Yeah. No, I like that. There's so much to talk about. There's so much more going on.
No, yeah. Well, really just by nature of it being like 3 times as long as the average episode.
And the main guy was like a Jeremy Renner looking dude. I liked his performance and all that stuff. Because the big twist is he's a robot.
Yes.
He pulls back his arm. There's like springs and wires in there.
Lights going off in there.
And that reminded me of one of my favorite episodes of Batman, where someone's a robot and Batman has to like talk him down or whatever. Which one's the robot? You probably remember better than me. Is Batman a robot or is someone else a robot?
Batman's a robot, I believe.
Yeah, and someone's like, when's the last time you had a good steak? When's the last time you kissed a person? Like, all these weird things where he's like, oh God, I don't remember. He freaks out and all that stuff. Like, robots, awesome.
For me though, the annoying thing about like a genius who can make robots in these things, because there's a lot of like human robot things across the Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
it's never just I'm a brilliant man millions of years ahead of my time making robots that can think and act like humans. It's like I'm also an amazing artist who can sculpt a perfect 1-to-1 copy of myself. It's not even like, oh, this random thing I made, because then it'd be like, okay, you're a brilliant artist and you can make something look like a person. You can make yourself exactly.
He probably
and he did hire people out here and there.
He probably put tubes in his nose and like cast his face
even
like
then,
in the movie.
it's such a strange thing, because to not know you're a robot, and he's only 4 days old.
I didn't actually, is that like confirmed?
Yes.
Because
he got away on his day 1 and immediately thought he was on vacation. I was like, where'd that dream come up?
Yeah, and like there's a whole part where he says like, things were going so well until you fucking stabbed me, but that didn't, 4 days doesn't make sense to me for that whole.
It almost has to be more than 4 days, because he didn't meet her on her first day. We met. It had to be like, well, he met her on the first day of his life potentially, and that's what started the thing, because she knew him for 4 days. That was the thing.
Yeah, there's a little line where it's
I'm gonna get married after knowing you for 4 days.
You don't know anything
that's
about
almost
me.
more insane than being a robot. Like, what are you talking about?
That's the real twist.
Really?
She fancies herself a spinster that has to like find the right guy.
Yeah, I like her thing. Oh, I'm a spinster. I'm in my late 20s.
I'm over
or something.
20 or something, and you're like, oh.
But what's really crazy
Please.
is just the like stand by your man nature of this girl, who this guy is like, you know him for 4 days.
Yeah.
He could be anybody.
Right.
And like, I love you, blah, 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 this and that. And even just to know someone for 4 days and let him drive your car is a little crazy. But
do
4 days.
Do you mean at the end or in the middle?
Well, in when he's freaking out and like even honestly the middle, when it's like, oh, what are you? You're a weirdo. This isn't your house. You don't. Are you lying to me and yourself? What's going on? Yeah, I think I'm gonna yawn, say it's getting late, and just leave your ass here.
Drive away.
Because this is very weird. I've known you for 4 days. I can't get married to someone who's a nut.
Yeah, it turns out you're crazy. Yeah, so she and they don't, I'm not going to say that they address that, but he says like, you would do that for me after what happened? And she's like, yeah. Like he acknowledges like, really? That's weird.
Like, you're probably mentally trapped. Something's wrong with you.
I just wanted to swing by and get my cufflinks and apologize, but you're like, I made an appointment for you with the doctor. And you're like, oh shit. Or whatever. Yeah, I picture that being her being like clingy and like weird and stuff, like you're saying, is like a thing for her or something like that.
I wonder what she did for a living.
Yeah.
She worked with a doctor, so was she a nurse or something? She drove a very nice car. So like, I'm like, okay, you're doing something.
Yeah, well,
most cars were just kind of nice then.
Well, she's a career woman. She's 27 and not married with 4 kids, so obviously she's had time to like make money and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. I wonder. So overall, you liked the episode?
I did like it. I like because like again like if I like stuff, but there's no like thematic element to it, it's kind of a letdown. And if it has like a thematic thing, but there's not enough stuff to like do it or back it up well or whatever, I like this idea. They have, so it's like him versus him talking. They give the speech.
That part I liked a lot.
Yeah.
I don't fully understand what happened when it ended though. So like,
so he
originally he goes there and like he comes to the epiphany like, I'm a broken person. I need you to make our good one in the next 7 hours.
Yeah, and then they fight and stuff.
And then they fight. Right. And just the regular doctor is who ends up going to her house.
I was going to say, yeah, the way I took it was...
that's a little weird.
Yeah. The way I took it was that, so like they fight and like trash everything and all that stuff. But, the like real doctor has the information that a girl fell in love with like this perfect version of you and she's waiting potentially or like there was an appointment and you could catch her and all that stuff. And he's like, maybe I could be that perfect version of me. And he puts on like a fly suit and combs his hair and he goes and says, let's just take it from here. Let's just think about the future. And that is like a beautiful ass dumb thing.
It
I'm
works.
like, okay.
The thing that's annoying for me almost though is that like I guess he programmed what pickup lines a suave version of him would say because he uses the exact same line.
And that must be like from his memories or something.
I don't know.
Yeah,
was he like, he's like, I heard a cool guy say this once. This is cool. Like, and there are those things where like people like, oh yes, like I'm trying to be the James Bond, so I'm going to do the James Bond.
I'm calling
thing.
for Michael Hunt. Yeah, exactly. Something. Yes.
Something.
Yeah, and that's how, and that's almost a thing of like now it's like Face Off when he does the thing on the fucking stupid face thing. It's like
and
that
if
where
she
you're
was
like, no one
willing
does
to be
that.
with this legitimately crazy murderous robot.
Yeah.
It stands to reason that whatever flaws he may have, and he could try to be his best him, she would be okay with whatever shortcomings he may have.
And him maybe like misremembering the last few days is gonna be like fine because he's
but
still,
she only
still
loves
him.
and knows the misremembering crazy version. That's what's so weird.
It's crazy, and I agree. This indicates
she's
that
so desperate.
She has some problems that need to be addressed in potential both joint and individual.
I think it could have been nice to find out
future.
She's a murderer, and the robot murderer like blends in, and they're like, yeah, we're together, we're Bonnie and Clyde.
Or I thought you were gonna say that she's a robot, but yes, she's a murderer instead. Yes, yeah. No, there's like a certain beauty in that, and I kind of like that like storyline. Because without that scene of them like doing the Shakespearean talking of like, I made you better than me, and I put in memories to make you were gonna be confident and this and that, and I'm just like, I don't know, dog, the party, yeah, I'm working on my robots, like he's that guy, and this was his little in to like swap, and be the guy. And I'm like, oh, like that's awesome, that's cool, I like that.
No, it works because who knows what was his legitimate end game? Was it just I'm gonna die one day? I want the perfect version of me to keep living. It seems like a really weird goal to have.
Yeah.
And maybe his goal was like, I'll send you out there in the wild. You'll meet some girls. You'll chat them up, and then I'll swap in. Like
that would be awful. Yes.
It seems like that's
goal.
A better goal. I don't know what his goal was.
That's like an actual like plot goal. But
yeah.
His like motivation was like he's like, well, I'm fucked up, but I'm a genius and I can make a version of me that's like not fucked up. And it turns out he makes a version that's like super fucked up that almost kills him.
Yeah.
And then after that he's like, you know what? I'm the and like he decided and like this is cool. I like it.
I am the alpha and the omega.
I'm the guy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was a decent episode. There's a couple things I'm like, that's a little like...
No. And like, it's hard to compare it to the rest of the Twilight Zone because I don't know, could you cut this down to 21:30 and would it actually still have the punch and make sense? And then could I directly compare it to like, you're an alien zoo now? And like, would it stack up? I don't know. But
maybe just making it that he escaped 2 months ago would have changed a lot of my nitpickiness. Because like, knowing someone for 2 months might be the first time you take him to see your family. That seems reasonable. And it would have been a little better, and he'd be like, I've been looking for you for months, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, his name was Colin, I think.
Which one? The real him? Was
Oh,
Walter?
yeah, they weren't even the same name.
Yeah.
He has to now go by a wrong name.
Just go by whatever the new name, Talbot, something like that?
So that was my middle name.
Yeah, I'm actually Walter. The name you were saying in your sleep like a crazy person? Yes. Don't worry about that. Yes.
All right, that's this episode of The Twilight Zone. Let us know in the comments.
I'm looking forward to this season now of these longer episodes. I do feel like we're going to see both better and worse than this. And
sure. Well, any episode that you thought was dog shit is going to be an hour now.
It's going to be an hour of dog shit. Yeah. I know. Great.
All right, guys, that's this episode of Twilight Zone. Let us know in the comments below what you thought about it. Don't die in a fire, and we'll see you next time.
Hello, internets. I just love watching JustDaggers. If you've enjoyed this video as much as I have, click that subscribe button. Peace out, homies.